Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again, and what can I say? There's always stuff to talk about with the Dallas Cowboys, even in the bye week. This has been one busy bye week. It hasn't been a quiet bye week, you know. Makes it a little easier being a Cowboys YouTuber and a blogger and a vlogger because of the simple fact that there's always some news going around with the Dallas Cowboys. It's never a dull moment. You know, you look at other teams like the Browns and things of that nature. Like, I wonder if there's any YouTube fans, you know, with them. But that's neither here nor there. As far as our Dallas Cowboys go, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Happy Halloween, y'all. But I don't know what that means to me. I didn't get a chance to dress up. I didn't get a chance to get out. I've been so busy working, trying to make that paper. Today is just another day. It's another hump day for me because it's a weekday and got to get up and go to work again. So can't really party. So maybe this weekend there'll be some Halloween parties and maybe I can make up a costume or something. But to each his own. But I will say that right now the Dallas Cowboys have 52 players on their roster. They finally took C.J. Goodwin and put him on IR because he broke his forearm in the last game. Now, you know, we tend to get what some of you fans like to call trash heap players during the season, just get guys off people's practice squad that don't work out. Well, C.J. Goodwin was a good pickup from the Bengals practice squad because he's a great special teamer. He came in here, only been here a couple of weeks, but this last game, he literally was third on the team in tackles, and they used him as the gunner, and he was really good until he broke his forearm. So now he's on IR. And they have two options right now. They can go ahead and sign Obi Melifonwu because, like I said, he visited last week. There hasn't been any word on that, so I don't know if it's just something they didn't like or whatever the case may be. Or maybe they're still trying to plan on picking him up tomorrow. We don't know. They might sign him tomorrow because the rest of the team will be there tomorrow, so it's going to be business as usual tomorrow. Or if they don't go and sign Obi Melifonwu, they can... We have three DBs on the practice squad. We got Tyree Robinson, we got Donovan Alumba, and Tristan McCoud. Tristan McCoud we got him from the Texans. He was on, I think, on their practice squad or whatever. We got them kind of in the off season, and Donovan Alumba, if you remember when he was here in the off season for training camp, they had long dreads or whatever. They nicknamed him Sherman because he resembled Sherman in his height and weight and, of course, hair. Tyree Robinson, I think, is the best out of the three. So, in my opinion, if they're going to get anybody to come up from the practice squad as far as DBs go, it'll probably be Tyree Robinson. But we'll see tomorrow. And, of course, I'll do a report on that and let you guys know what's going on. And state how I feel, of course, with my analysis. But... Another thing, too, you know, they always say the Cowboys are never big players in free agency or trading and stuff like that. So the Amari Cooper was probably a big shock to a lot of players. I mean, a lot of fans. But, you know, I got a chance to sit down and think for a minute. And I was just thinking about, you know, well, first, the division looked at what the Cowboys did with Amari Cooper. And they said, hey, we're going to top that. Redskins got Clinton Dix, you know, just a guy, you know, like him, whether he does a lot for them or not, he still betters that safety position. But the big one is the Lions trading to the Eagles to give them Golden Tate. Golden Tate is a smooth route runner. He's a disciplined guy, but he's an older guy. And when I thought about it, I said, the Eagles probably got him for now because the Eagles are trying to go back to the big game now. They're not rebuilding. They already have what they want. They're just adding pieces to try to go back to the Super Bowl. The Cowboys got Amari Cooper for now and the future. So to me, it just looks like it just looks like they're gonna have Amari Cooper for the future, especially if he turns out well, because they still got him on contract for the rest of this season and next season because of the trade, because that's how his contract was when he was traded from the Raiders. There's a lot of people saying that the Golden Tate one trumps Amari Cooper. Of course, they're not going to give the Cowboys any praise for any moves that they make, but it is what it is. I know a lot of people wanted the Cowboys to get a tight end because Jeff Swain was injured, and Jeff Swain may not play in the Titans game. So a lot of people don't have faith in Jarwin or Rico or Schultz. I look at it like this: they didn't trade. I thought they were going to try to trade for Josh Hill from the Saints, but there's still a guy out there they can get if they want. And that guy is Coby Fleener. And you guys know he was drafted with Andrew Luck when he came out for the Indianapolis Colts. And then he ended up going to the Saints, and then he got released this year. So, yeah, he's out there. They can go get Coby Fleener if they want. They can sign him, which I doubt they're going to do that. But, again, these are just some options of what they can do with that 53rd roster spot without making any more moves on the team. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention, just to put that in the forefront. Or, as I like to say, bring that pimple to the head so it can be seen. But anyway, as far as this offensive line goes, I think that it's, and I'm going to reiterate what I was saying in the last video about it. I think that it's good that we got rid of Alexander because, again, the All-Pros weren't happy with it. They weren't playing well because when he came in, his scheme and his philosophy was different than what they were doing before. And I think that's a lot of the reason why this offensive line was not playing well. It's not because they were sucking or they were on a downtrot. It was more of the fact that they were trying to learn what he was doing. And then Tyron was probably sitting there like, man, I ain't doing this shit. Excuse my language, but he's like, I ain't doing this, bruh. Like, I'm seriously gonna do what I do. And that's when I told y'all, I said, when I made the guess that he was gonna get fired, yeah, I was spot on that, but I was going by how the players were responding. And I know that Jerry Jones invested a lot in this offensive line, and he's going to do whatever it takes for this offensive line to get back to the way they were. And to do that, if it's dead weight, it got to go. And that was Alexander, and he wasn't doing anything for the players outside of, hey, I've been a coach in this league for a long time, so you do what I say do. That's what I'm paid to do. But that's not good for them. This is the reason why Mark Colombo got promoted. This is the reason why they went and got Hudson Houck to come back. Hudson Houck is not coaching this offensive line. What he's doing, he's coming for advisory purposes, which means that he's assisting Mark Colombo's doing all the work, but he's assisting with Mark Colombo in the scheme that he had in place when Mark Colombo played and what we had when Travis Frederick, Zach Martin, and Tyron Smith had when they first got on this team. And then Lyle Collins learned it when he got here. And Ron Leary learned it too when he was here. But what I'm saying is the only person on this offensive line that doesn't know that old scheme, and which is what they're good at, is Connor Williams. Because obviously he wasn't here. It's his first year. So it's up to Tyron and Joe Looney and Martin to help him, learn that scheme. It's going to be a little easier because of the simple fact that it plays to the strengths of the way our offensive line is. I feel like, and I'm going to put it in layman's terms for those of you that don't know a lot of football jargon, I'm going to put it like this, and anybody can understand this. How they did before, because this offensive line is very athletic. They're not like big fat Tubelards. They're more athletic, so they're good with the pulling and things of that nature. Moving around. They're not just gonna stand there and just bowl you down. They're gonna hit you, but they're gonna keep moving, and they're gonna get to the second level to help that running back get the touchdown. That's what this offensive line is good at doing. So they're gonna get back to that. Because if you notice, outside of that Jaguars game, I haven't seen them really pull like that. The way that Alexander is, the way he coaches, is more of, his scheme is more of, oh, we're going to stand there and block. We're going to be big fatties, and we're just going to make sure that it's not a lot of moving and pulling. But with what Hudson Houck had and what they were doing before, that's what it's all about. So that's the big differences. And I think that this offensive line is going to do well with that, because that's what they were doing before. So it's going to be more of them just feeling what they were doing before, rather than, you know, trying to conform to what Alexander had. So that's just a couple of thoughts that I wanted to bring to your attention about that. I'm going to be talking more about the Texans on Saturday when I do my matchup video. Obviously, there was not one last week because it was a bye week. But, yeah, just look out for that. And I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some moves made tomorrow, because there's only 52 players on the roster. So somebody's going to get added. So I'll keep you guys abreast of that. So with that being said, you guys enjoy the rest of your Halloween. I know a lot of you, for those of you that had kids, I know you're going to be running around the place with them. I might actually drive some Lyft tonight, you know, make some earnings, you know what I'm saying? Because that helps, because I know it's going to be a lot of people out tonight. So with that being said, y'all, it's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Talk to y'all later.